Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas and whatever you celebrate. Hope you're enjoying it. We are getting ready to do episode 4 of my playthrough of Zombicide Black Plague. And are we in a heap of trouble right now? We're getting swarmed by the zombie apocalypse in the Middle Ages. It's crazy stuff, but we're going to fight our way through it. One thing I did do, I needed to make a quick correction. One is just going to reference. I'm just going to tell you what I did wrong. I referenced it in the last video, and the other one I'm going to make a quick adjustment. But we'll start right here. When I did the Inferno spell into that zone, I'm supposed to roll 4 dice. I think I only rolled 2, and anyway, I'm not going to fix it. It didn't really have that big of an impact, but I just wanted to mention that I did not roll the correct amount of dice. And then Anne here shot her crossbow twice. But her crossbow is the Orcish crossbow, which requires an action to reload. So she actually should be right here. She would have had one less action to move on, and so she's actually here, which in reality isn't such a bad thing for us. So we're going to keep on going now. That was it for corrections. Next up, we're going to start our game with big old Samson and get going. Okay, well here's Samson. You can see he's got nothing as a weapon right now, and a torch in his hand. So we're going to leave him with the torch for now, because we're going to eventually trade another spell back to Baldrick. But he's going to, first of 3 actions, he's going to take back his hammer. So he can actually do some attacking in that zone. So that's where he's going to start. He's got 2 more actions, and what he's going to do is he's going to attack the necromancer that's in the space with them. And hopefully kill him off. That's the idea there. So we're going to do that, and hopefully by the end of the round we'll have everything wiped out in that area. That's my goal anyway. So let's go back to the board. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's the necromancer right here. He's trying to escape. If he's trying to escape right here, it was really a bad setup for us to try and keep him from getting away, because he spawned right here, so all he'll do is run around the corner, but he didn't make it yet. So Samson is going to take his second action to strike at the necromancer with his hammer. He needs a 4 or better with 1 die, so it's not the greatest chance in the world, but we're going to give it a go. Okay, come on, Samson, let's get it done. Oh, right away. Bam! He killed the necromancer. That is awesome. That will remove him from the board. Pow! Also, I'm going to choose this opportunity to remove this spawn point, the one he created. We get to remove 1. I've just been removing the one that he creates. It seems to be the best move in most cases. And then he's going to get another experience point. Now remember, targeting priority, which I've talked about before, only matters when you're looking at ranged attacks. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that in melee. In melee you can choose your targets, and so we chose the necromancer, and Samson took care of him. Now he's going to try and take out one of the runners. There's 2 runners in the space. I'm just going to go right to the dice bowl. We're going to see if you can kill one of them. I say kill, but they're undead, so I guess we're just re-killing them. I don't know. Anyway, a 5. He did it, man. Wow, he is just on a roll. So that will take one of the runners. Boom. And pop him off 2, which will increase Samson's experience points 1 more to 6. Or, sorry, looks like 5 rather. Yeah, it's going to increase him to 5. Boom. There we go. He is at 5, and that is going to end his turn. That was all 3 of his actions. So, good deal, Samson. He managed to take some stuff out. Now we're going to move on to Anne, and I think Anne's probably going to be able to help take out a bunch of the rest. Yeah, well, here we have Anne, and she's got the Orcish crossbow, and she might seem like she's kind of far away from things, but I'm going to show you. Keep in mind that she's already got a free action, so she got 4 total actions, and her Bloodlust melee ability, which I'm going to show you what that's going to do to get us back in the fray very quickly. So here she is. She's going to ignore this whole mob. I thought maybe she'd attack them, but we got to get in through that building, get these objectives up and get this abomination destroyed and find the Dragon Bile. So she is going to go, for her first action, she's going to move here for 1. She's going to move here for 2, 3. Now she has one more action, and what we're going to do with that action is activate her Bloodlust melee ability. I'll just read to you what that does so that you can see what she's going to do. It's going to be pretty cool. Where is it? Bloodlust melee. Spend 1 action with the survivor. In this case, she moves up to 2 zones to a zone containing at least 1 zombie. She then gains 1 free melee action to use immediately. Okay, so that's what we're going to do so she can get into the fray here. So she's going to go activate her Bloodlust, which will move her to 1, 2, and then she's going to get to use the melee abilities of her Orcish crossbow, which, as you can see, and I know it's on screen, but you can see it here too. It does. She gets to roll 2 dice. She gets 3 or better to hit, and it does 2 damage. Now, there's nothing in her space that we have to worry about taking 2 damage. We just need to kill that runner, that other runner, and another walker, and we'll have this pretty much summed up for us here in this zone. Oh, well, she missed once. So she hit once, so she did kill the other runner. So crazy Screaming Ann came charging in here, took out this runner and brought it down, stabbing it with the prongs on her Orcish crossbow. And then she's going to go up to 8 experience points. We're also going to get to do a trade. We're going to give this to Baldrick so he can have damage and healing in his repertoire of spells. So that is the end of that for Anna. It's going to be the end of her turn. In fact, we are now going on to Baldrick, so let's continue with that. Okay, so here's Baldrick, and the first thing he's going to do is actually, his first action is going to be to trade with Anne and take this healing spell. And with that, he's going to actually slot that right there. So now he's got his Inferno spell and his healing spell up, and that's going to make him very effective in the coming rounds. We've got our guys pretty decently set up to complete this mission now. We've done some good searches. We just need the Dragon Bile to be able to kill the abomination, which I'm sure we'll find in one of these rooms as we go along. But let's keep on going. So Baldrick, what is he going to do? Let me think. So I wanted to double check something and make sure that he didn't have to use a weapon he can actually use his ranged weapon to attack another zone, even though there are multiple zombies in his zone already, because we don't want him using his Inferno spell in the zone where we have characters. That could be very bad. So for his first one, he's going to launch it right into here. So he's going to lob his Inferno spell, blast it away in there. We're going to throw down a noise marker right now for that, even though we all know where the most noise is. And then we're going to roll dice against that room. There's a fatty and 2 walkers in there. Man, I really dig Anne with her Bloodlust ability. That really helped. She got in there and killed that runner. Okay, 4 dice for Inferno into the room. Boom! Well, that was a bad roll. He got 1. And we do have to look at targeting priority now for this. So I think it's going to be the walkers, if I'm not mistaken. But we're just going to double check. And targeting priority 1 is a walker, so he killed 1 walker. That was only his second action. His first action, remember, was to trade. So his second action is this, and he's got 4 total actions, so he's still got more he can do. But he did pop one of these little lonely walkers, this lovely little lady with her head kind of bashed in or missing. And then he is going to gain another experience point. We're going to have to slow him down on the experience, I'll tell you that right now, but we got to clear this room, then we can worry about that. Clear this area out so we can get through. Okay, and so let's go do that again. He's going to attack again into that room with his Inferno spell for his third action. Let's hope he has better luck this time. At least clear that room. And he got 2 hits on that, so that will clear the room. It's had a fatty and a regular walker in there. Now, and again, the Inferno spell does 2 points of damage, so it can take out the fatty. Just for rules discussion, if you don't know, a fatty requires 2 points of damage to kill, but you have to do that damage in a single attack, so you can't come up and hit him twice with a single point weapon. It doesn't work that way. The weapon itself has to do 2 points of damage to get through his hard or thicker fatty layers of skin. Okay, so again, this fatty taken out, this walker taken out, 2 more experience points for Baldrick. That is going to put him up to, man, he's getting mighty close to popping another level. We don't want that. He's at 15 right now, and that also puts another noise marker into the room, and he's got a room coming up that has 2 runners and 2 fatties. We've got to take them out. So he is going to take one more shot. Hopefully he doesn't kill all 4, because that will put us into the orange zone, which is not good. But hopefully he just kills maybe 2 of them, because then he can get the 2 fatties and we can take shots at the runners. The targeting priority is the fatties and Abomination, then runners. So we're going to have to take those 2 runners out first. Let's hope he gets at least 3 out of the 4 shots. 2 would be good. He only got 1, so that's okay. That's not terrible. So that will remove 1 more fatty from this room. And then he is going to go up to 16 experience points. Wow, I just flung that spell across the board that was in his inventory slot, this mana bolt. Or, yeah, not a very mana blast. Anyway, that also generates 1 more noise token in that zone. It doesn't matter, that's where all the noise is taking place this turn. So, at least enough of it to worry about. Then, let's continue on, and that will actually be the end of Baldrick's turn. So we're going to get on to Nelly first. Hopefully she can get in there and do some archery, because otherwise we're going to have some more zombies come into our zone, plus a spawn. We've got to get out of this zone right here. It's not the best place to be. Okay, we got Nelly. She's got a short sword and a crossbow, so she's not doing too badly. And that means she can get in there, so I'm a little concerned, because we got to kill the ones in our space too. She's going to have to move in, but she's only going to have 1 action to do it. So this kind of bites. Well, no, I take it. Yeah, she can't use range. We actually might take some damage this turn. Of course, I can start to apply that damage first to our guy Samson and see if he can block it. But let me show you what I'm talking about. We're not going to take damage from these runners, because it takes them 2 activations to get there. But we got these 3 walkers here we haven't dealt with. So she's going to go 1 and 2, but that only leaves her with 1 action. I didn't want to shoot in that space, because if she misses, she might hit one of the other players, and we don't want that. So she ran in with her short sword. Well, her short sword only has a she has a free move action. I take it back. So let's just revisit that. Free move action, 1, 2. So her free move action was to here, 2 to here. So she's wait. She would have had, yeah. Let me see here. Well, yeah. So she still has 2 actions, because it was her first action to move into there. So she's going to get 2 swipes at these walkers. Hopefully she gets 2 of them. That would be outstanding, because she's also at 5 experience points. So if she gets 2 experience points, she'll get another action and maybe can take out the 3rd one. Let's see. A 3. So she missed on the first one, so that's her 2nd actual action. She missed on the 3rd one, and so for her 3rd action she hit. So for her last action she well, make sure I did that right. Move, attack, attack. That was it. So she actually missed all of them, because she used her free move to get 1, moved into the next zone. Okay, yeah, she only got 2 swipes there, so she missed completely. That is bad news for us, actually. So Nelly had a poor showing, but that's going to end her turn, and we're going to move on to Clovis. I had a different plan for them. I was going to actually try and get them into this area right here through the vault, but with all that's happening down there, I think we have to go in there and try and kill those zombies before we take a lot of damage. So let's go to Clovis now. Clovis is doing alright here, but he's also a little ways away from the action. He does not have enough experience points, so he only has, all he's going to be able to do is move. He does have his chainmail armor. He can't get up there. I don't know if there's a lot of value in him doing that, in him trying to get to that battle. Let me get to the table and show you. Clovis is right here. I'm tempted, I think I'm going to do is go 1, 2, and have him search in that room real quick, because we still need the Dragon Bile. So let's do that. He's going to go 1, 2, and search. Okay, here's our draw deck. Let's see what we get. Oh, we got it! We got it! Dragon Bile. Nice. Unfortunately, Clovis has it. So we got to get around to the torch now. This changes our plans a little bit, I believe. Anyway, I put the Dragon Bile into his inventory, so that's where he's at this turn. And that was not a bad search for him. And then we're going to, but that's his entire turn. He got no experience, nothing changed, so we did get to put the Dragon Bile in his inventory. Now we got Silas. Silas has a dagger. I'm going to put it in the back of the inventory slot so that we can see his arrows. His quiver is more valuable to us. He too is in a place where he's only got enough actions. He really can't go very far. He can't get into the battle with the 4 that. So we have 4 characters up there. I think We're going to have to get the torch away from Samson, or Samson's going to have to move out of there and bring the torch over so we can kill the abomination. But what we do need to do is thin the herd, I think. So I think what we're going to do with Silas, no one's going to reach him this turn. So what we're going to do with him is he's going to step back and start shooting. He's got his short bow. It's got a, oh, it's only got a range of 1, doesn't it? His short, yeah. So that's not going to be good. He's going to go 1, 2 and search here, and then we'll start attacking them as they come along. But searching might get him a better bow, and that would be really good. I don't know if that's true or not. We'll see. I've been calling it a bow. Boom. I swear I did not make that up. This isn't that good though. I mean, it takes an action to reload. It does. It only has 1 range. It does 2 dice and needs a 3+, but it only does 1 point of damage. So it's not great. I don't know if I want to replace his short. Yeah, I guess we should replace his short bow with that. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I like this weapon too much because of the reload thing. We'll put it in his other hand slot. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We're going to pop that here, right here. Then he can switch back and use either or. So maybe he fires this, then shoots that. I don't know. We'll see. But it does. He is really good because he does get to add 1 to his die roll. So he really only needs a 2 to hit with that hand crossbow, and he's got a reroll. So his odds of hitting with 2 dice against 2 regular 1-point zombies is going to be very good. Unfortunately, that ends the player rounds. So we got a lot of movement going on here. So we'll just start with this area of the table right here. Realized you couldn't see it all. So these 2 guys are going to move up here. These will move here. The 2 runners will go 1, 2 to this zone. These 3 will move here. That's all for that space, but we got a lot of stuff going. Oh wait, first we got to do attacks. I totally botched that. Hold on, well, we move these guys, that's fine. But we have 3 zombie attacks up here, and they're going to attack our players. Now they automatically hit, so I can choose who's going to take the hits when I have multiple characters in there. And so first off, I think they're all, we'll do it one at a time. So the first one is going to go to Samson, because he has his shield, and I'm just going to revisit that with you even though he's not on the screen. I'll pull up his shield and then talk about his special ability that goes with it. So, let's see if I can get that in focus for you. Let me back up a little bit here. Okay. It says, and I know it's very small text, just choose 1, armor 4+, or reroll once armor roll is made. Well, he's not going to do that. He's going to use the armor 4+ because he didn't have other armor. But coupled with his iron hide, that means he needs a 3+. So that's a pretty good deal. So he's going to take the first hit, and if he can roll a 3 or better, it will not do any damage. 2, so he actually takes a point of damage, which is why we gave our wizard the healing spell. Which, by the way, I didn't botch it. It's not that big a deal. But Baldrick actually his spellcaster spellcaster ability allows him a free spellcasting. So I didn't do that. He actually had another action, but it's okay. I didn't want Baldrick getting any more experience anyway, but he does take 1 point of damage, so we're going to do that. And he's going to try and take the second hit as well. Oh, is it better to do a 3+ or a reroll? I think 3+. We're going to do that again. A 4, so he didn't take the second point of damage, which means he's going to try and absorb get his shield in front of him for the last zombie as well. And he does, so he only took 1 point of damage, which we'll be able to heal with the spell. So that wasn't terrible up there, but that was the zombie attacks. Now we're going to do zombie moves for the rest of the board. Okay, lots of action going on here. These 2 runners are going to go 1, 2 into here. This fatty will move here. These 4 will move here. Boom, boom. That's it. So they're all coming around slowly but surely. And now we have to do our spawns. So this is going to be pretty bad for this zone up here, which already has 3, now back up to 5 zombies in it. So let's get our deck out and draw some more zombies. Okay, so let's make a draw here and see what we get. Oh my gosh, 2 fatties spawned here. That's really rough for us. So boom, boom, we got 2 fatties. Remember, we're in the yellow zone right now, and then we're going to go to the next zone over. This one we care a lot less about because it's not going to affect us. Well, unless you do that, because now we have to try and. Oh man, that was actually the worst thing that could have happened there, because we have an abomination in our way and tons of zombies. We can't get to him, so he's gonna create a second spawn point out there. We're gonna draw again, and it's gonna be 1 fatty. So I gotta get that out of the tray. He's got another fatty with him there. We got plenty of fatties left in the trays, but there he is. Man, that was not a good spawn for us there. That is really, really bad. Because we can't get to him. Now remember, that Necromancer is going to run down the street and try and get out of the zone over here. So he's going to run from here over to here, and if he actually manages it, then we don't get to remove that spawn point. That's bad. But we are going to draw another spawn here. It is one runner. That is not terrible. He appears here. And that is going to be the end of our spawn and the end of our turns, or the end of our actions for this turn. We are good to go. And yeah, we got all those done. So we just got a few zombie cards left in here. Wow. Okay, guys, end of round. I think we're going to wrap it back around to Samson, though. See if we can set up to kill the big bad guy. Except we got all these guys in our space. We got to clear them out before we can leave it. I think I'm going to go look. Maybe the rules are different. I'm thinking back to Zombicide, where there's, the rule is it costs you an extra action for every zombie in your space. Well, there's 3, 4, 5. There's too many zombies to even deal with there. So I don't know if he can actually get out of that zone. We'll have to see.